we're at. I'll unplug one of these. Turn this up. There we go. Now, where's my little doohickey? Let's see. Nope, go this way. There we go. YouTube. Somebody's in here. Good morning. Good morning. Nope, better not. Phone's showing 0, so let me see what's going on. Let's see. Here we go. We got 2 in there. Let's get the chat up and running because there's nothing on my screen, you guys. Hi, Aruba. Good morning, Aruba. How are you? And good morning, Miss Carol. How are you, sweetheart? And now it shows up on my phone. I'm in a crafting mood. I'm taking you with me to the Dollar Tree. Cool. Yeah, I was playing with the idea of using our merch page to start making some jewelry and things too. But honestly, I don't know if I got it in me to do it. Things are already busy. I don't know whether to add something to it or not. At least it'll make my merch page unique. I love the Dollar Tree because on YouTube there's all these little videos that tell you ways to make the cutest little stuff with their things, and it's generally cheap to make. So I watch their little YouTube videos on Dollar Tree crafts and things of that nature and decorations, and I've seen one particular girl, she makes a little bit of everything. This morning was crazy at the house, guys. We woke up this morning to, I did anyway. I could hear like rumblings in the distance when I hit the floor. But it got louder and louder. And finally I stepped over here to my right out the side door and was just standing there. And I was like looking at the clouds and I was like, it's going to storm. And within minutes, it was already well into lightning and thunder, and all of a sudden the floodgates opened and it flooded our yard in maybe 10 minutes flat, if that. So we woke up to bad weather. Oh, I may have come on too early this morning because I'm showing 3 on the phone, 2 on the live stream here. Everybody's asleep this morning. Let's see. I'm refreshing it just to see if it's changed. Yeah, now I have show 3. Okay. So we have Carol and Aruba and one more, which could be Duece lurking. Well, that's understandable too. How can you work and listen to a live stream anyway? What, you got earbuds in or something? sneaking. Don't get in trouble. Don't get in trouble, Aruba, at work. So, but no, I figured this morning with the weather being so bad and Duece is here, but I give him maybe 30 minutes, he'll be comatose. And for the last morning, Christopher's still here. He goes to school in the morning. The school bus just decided while I was outside to stop in the middle of the street, turn their lights on to see what was up, to talk to me about his new bus route. So that was interesting this morning. But that was like almost 8:30. His little butt can't stay out of trouble at school, so they're sending him for 30 days to an alternative school. Red Cactus, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Oh, man, I completely forgot about. Did anybody else besides me go live with Jamie Crow last night? It was me and Duece and a couple other people. Man, that girl is a trip. She's a mess. Gang's piling on up in here. Now my phone says 2, so we lost some. Oh well. And that's what I want to do here. I want to get get to where me and Duece can go on the road and do some things. I've got so many ideas. There's so many, like we were talking, Duece and me and Daniel were all sitting outside this morning talking about, I will too. I'll have to go back and grab it because I've been busy this morning. And then when I did get back inside and decided to go live, I missed who knows what. I know I missed Aruba driving to work. So, but Daniel and Duece and I were all sitting outside this morning and we were talking about, I told them, I said, there's a place in Alaska where you can stand and you can see Russia across the water. And everybody's like, oh, that's cool. That's true. And Daniel said it was like 2 miles away. So, when you sit there and you think about that and you think about how far Russia looks from us on a atlas or a globe, and we're like all this space between all these continents. But if you can stand in Alaska and see Russia, we're not as spaced out as everybody thinks we are. Stuff like that I want to check out and see. I'd love to take a live up there. I'd love to take the live to Niagara Falls. And let's see, where else? I'd love to go see the Northern Lights, but that involves going into Canada, so I don't know if I could pull that off. Can you see the Northern Lights from Alaska? I want to go check out the portal that they say is in California. I'd really like to work some on these pedophiles and expose some of their crap and just all kinds of little ideas that go through my head on an average day on what I'd like to do because I want to make a difference. I want the chat to be like involved in the process to the point that you guys help us decide where we're going to go and what we'll do. And I'd like to get it to a point where we can use the chat for good. That's what I'd like to do with it. I mean, we're all a freedom family, so I want to use the chat to spread that around, and do things to bring attention. Today's a big day for the J6 Vigil. I'm so happy for them. The block party and all starts today. Of course, we're rained out. It's a good thing that they're not doing it here. Not a problem. I got you, Carol. Italian Princess, how are you this morning? Everything good? Wyoming, good morning. How you feeling, sweetheart, today? How are you feeling? And did you rest good last night? But what about you guys? Surely there's got to be some Wyoming says the baby's taking up all the room. Well, how far along are you? That's probably a good thing. Well, let's see how far along you are first, then we'll decide whether that's a good thing. But I mean, 7 months. Oh yeah, you're supposed to be running out of room. But so I'm just trying to get an idea if there was like one thing that you guys could think of just off the top of your head that you've always been curious about, or maybe you've heard rumors about that you've always wanted to validate or not validate. So, what is that one thing? Just so I want to see kind of where your guys' thoughts are. If we could leave and get in the car right now with the live stream and take off on a destination, each one of you, where would you go? Where would you want to go? What would you like to do? Ireland, any day of the week. Okay, within the United States. I don't think we could do, because honestly, with all this, because it's like we've got I don't know what you would call it, like SmartCast or whatever, but we've got a smart TV and we have access to like Pluto and all these different apps and things like that. So we watch movies some. I do, especially during the day. But oh God, I lost my train. Alaska, yeah. Now I could do that. And rumor has it, I've got a cousin that lives in Alaska, and she's like, it's beautiful there, but the weather, oh man, it's so freaking cold there. Wyoming, he's killing my rib cage currently. It only hurts when I breathe. maybe have to push in a little bit and see if you can get him to shift. Okay, Red Cactus says, I've always wanted to see the Smoky Mountains. Now that I could do. And that right there specifically, I would be on board for, because I love the mountains. Aruba says, I've been blessed and have been to Ireland. That's awesome. I've heard it's beautiful. That's where the family name comes from, is Irish descent. So, which is kind of funny because you really can't tell it. You can tell the Indian in us more than you can the Irish. So Aruba, is it as beautiful and lush and green as they say it is? Aruba says, Coastal Road up West Coast or the Grand Canyon would be good places for everyone to see. Now, I do know for a fact that Duece wants to see the Grand Canyon. Me, not so much. Carol says, I'm back. Now she's going shopping. Oh, Wyoming says, if Uncle asked, I said Texas. Carrie Musings, good morning. Colorado Rockies, that's funny because Deuce's brother. Now that's something I know eventually we will be able to do, is to go live in the Smokies, because Deuce's brother lives in the Colorado, in the Denver area somewhere, and yeah, that it. Deuce has talked about the mountains and skiing and all these things, and we have, which I can't show you because Deuce is asleep, but we've got a sled, a very old sled that is on our wall that is made for ice, I think. And it's got, I want to say, American Flyer on it, and it's actually wood and the real tough metal. I'll have to take a picture of it and post it up on the community page so you guys can see it. It's unreal, and it's old. Deuce played on this thing when he was a kid. Yeah, so Colorado's doable. I mean, and I've never been, and it's always been on my bucket list. So it will kill two birds with one stone. But there's no way I would go to Colorado and have all that beauty around me and not go live with you guys. If I can get a signal, we're going live. So yeah, that's just some of them. And then the more involved I can get everybody, because everybody in here understands what it's like to have a channel. And even Carol does, even though she doesn't have one that she live streams and things of that nature, but she mods for many. So she knows exactly everybody. We all understand. And it'll help us all in the long run. Walming Girl says Colorado's getting, hey baby.
Hey baby. I had cigarettes somewhere.
Oh, the pack that I had was empty. I smoked the last one out. My apologies. You'll have to get a pack, baby.
Opened one.
Oh, I don't know what you did with it. Check your jacket. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, let's see. Aruba sent a link that says royalbridge.com. What is that, Aruba? Is it just pictures or bridges or what? Royal Gorge Bridge. I bet that's beautiful. It sounds like it. So, I mean, there's I would like, there's a lot of things, again, and I've talked about my desires for the channel, but I also want to be, I also want to educate people, as a whole, because if we went into California, and I'd tell you straight up, I'd fly up there, because I wouldn't get Deuce to drive. We would figure out how to, I don't know, we might do a road trip with y'all. That would be pretty cool, driving to California. And plus, I've never been to California, so that would be a first for me. I've been to Seattle, but never California. Oh, I'll have to check that out. But, and that, I mean, and if you wanted me and Deuce to go to a place like that, I can guarantee you Deuce won't get on the bridge, but I would take you guys out on the bridge, because I'm not scared of anything, really. And Carol says, I've only been in California one time, and it was in Monterey, and it was beautiful, and I've heard Monterey is real beautiful. But, to me, California is scary because it's like the den of hell. I mean, think about it. You've got big tech there. You got most of Big Pharma there. You've got all of our corrupt actors and all of our corrupt musicians and all of the corrupt politicians. Everybody, all the money is in California. Deuce doesn't do heights, y'all. So I'm not going to get Deuce to cross anything that's high. I don't think so. But I'd love to see that, because I love Tennessee, and southern Tennessee, where the mountains are, is beautiful. But now, a glass bridge, I'll have to click your link. Well, yeah, I need to look at it. I doubt it. Especially if it's in the mountains and elevated. But good morning, Yvette. So we can do like, I'd love my thing would be going to the portal. Maybe we could do like a convoy of y'all. Maybe we could convoy out there. We can pick up everybody between Texas and California and meet up, and we'll all drive down there together and friggin' the original London Bridge in Arizona. Huh. So yeah, I mean, you guys tell me, because I've got ideas and I want to see it come off the ground, and everybody in here understands that too. But and everybody wants the same thing. So you guys tell me what y'all think. Y'all the most qualified that I know. Carol says, hell to the no on the glass bridge. For me, I'm with Duece. Well, I took my mom when we were on good terms. We were visiting, and some of you, Aruba, and a couple more may actually know this place. But we were in what they call, south of the border between, I believe it's North Carolina and South Carolina. And they have this big, huge tower that you can take an elevator up to the top, and then you can see the city. So I talked Mom into going up there, and I thought she was going to pass out from the heights. But it's beautiful, and stuff like that is like a one-time experience. So heights and stuff don't bother me. But my dad is partly to blame for that, because he raised me to be a damn daredevil for sure. I mean, he really did. So Aruba says the original London Bridge in Arizona. And we got the glass overlooking the Grand Canyon. And Aruba says you can drive across the bridge. And Wyoming says he just needs liquid courage. I don't know if there's enough of that for that. The bridge is 956 feet above the gorge. Wow. Carrie Musings, love New River Gorge in West Virginia. Tell us about the New River Gorge in West Virginia, Carrie. I've never heard of that, but West Virginia is a beautiful state too now. I love anywhere near the mountains, period. I was never meant to be an Aruba dive girl and be a beach girl. No. It's not. I'd rather eat dirt than be on the water like that. I don't mind taking a cruise or something like that. I'm not afraid of the water in the aspect of I would get in it. I would fish in it. I'd do all that. I don't mind riding the boat. But as far as me wanting to or desiring or actually planning a trip to the beach, to Aruba, Bahamas, any of that stuff, it better involve a dadgum boat, because I'm not going to go otherwise. Beckley. That's right. Thank you, Carol. She's awesome. They have Bridge Day in October off the New River Bridge. You can jump off of it. How high is that? And wait a minute. What are you jumping into, Aruba? Good morning, Kathy. That's the big deal right there. What are you jumping into? Are you jumping out of, like, off of a cliff and you've got like a parasail? Are you jumping in the water? Talk to me. If it's a bridge, there's got to be water somehow involved in this. The river. I would do it. I would do it in a New York minute. I would do it. The bridge bungee. Oh, no, that's a whole different ball game. That's a scary thought. Bungee into the river. On second thought, I don't know if I'll be doing that. I'd be too scared that damn bungee cord would break, because I'm fluffy. I could break it. And hitting the water at that speed would be like hitting pavement. Oh God, it would crush me. No, 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 no. If it was something that could be jumped without hurting me, I would do it. Yeah, y'all not supposed to get me to jump off of a bridge. Even me, I think that would be a little scary. Oh no. So, okay, let's ask the chat this then. What is the craziest thing you've ever done? Adrenaline junkie type shit. What's the craziest thing you ever done? And then you can follow that up by what is the craziest thing that you want to do? Well, big girl said, be my luck, I'd hit a rock. Hell yeah. That would be my luck, for real. I just got happy for the first time in 50 years and have a man that I really love. And you'll see me in the funny papers. Girl dies from bungee jumping rope breaking, and she just collapsed her whole brain on a rock. Carrie's Musing says, we took my sister-in-law down on side across the river and up the other side. Cliffs are straight down and almost one-lane road. My dad used to take me to, and I couldn't tell you where exactly it is now, but I know it's somewhere in like the country of South Georgia. And this road is a dirt road. And when you are driving up the road, you are surrounded by timber. Okay. And if you look on both sides of where you're rolling through there at, the ditches are like, I think my dad said 16 feet deep on both sides. And you got this little bitty narrow road that you're driving through the woods to get somewhere, probably a field that he could hunt in. I don't know. So Yvette says, you are funny, Wyoming. I believe it would happen to me too. And it could. I mean, hold on, y'all. I got a phone call. I need to take it. It's important. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay, can you see and hear me? Nothing happened. I had a call and it was an important one, so I had to take it. I'm so sorry. Somebody let me know if y'all can see me. I know it's probably going to take a minute for it to catch up. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So, no, I'm sorry. I apologize. I had to take a call real quick. And I'm not going to use my backup phone, the one that I just got rid of as a streaming, because the volume's all jacked up. But yeah, so I did miss some comments. Let me go back. We got Carol says, I jumped off a dock into 14 foot of water. I can't swim. Thank goodness for the life jacket. Did you do this willingly? Oh, you had a life jacket on. So you did it willingly, Carol? Wyoming girl says, I've done a lot of hold my beer things sober. Wyoming girl, don't you wear helmets bungee jumping? I don't care. Bridge is 876 feet high. You can forget it. No, I'm not jumping that far. So no, we have and I think no, there's no liquid courage for that. There's not even enough weed in this world for that. Sorry. No. That's like jumping out of a perfectly functioning airplane with a parachute on your back and pray that it works. So eventually, and I guess the first opportunity we'll probably have is July the 4th. If I can figure out a way to get the live out one night when us and the neighbors are grilling and we've got the music and all cranked up. But I've got one that doesn't like the camera and she doesn't want her picture taken. Oh, you had liquid courage. Okay, I got you. Walmy girl says the best way to do stupid things that involve heights is at night. Heck no, because you can't see nothing. You sure wouldn't get me to do it at night. Carrie Musing says, I'd do that. Ain't no way you get me to jump out of a plane. Duece would have to strap me to him and I couldn't get loose. Because I swear I'd try to kill us both going out. If we ever get a chance to grill with the neighbors, I'll get Daniel to tell y'all his story or his rendition of jumping out of airplanes in the military. It is hilarious. You know, I could see somebody doing that crap at night and then somebody bungee jumping in the cord just a little too long and crack their skull. Oh, yeah, we just wanted to like off your ass and we just did this to do it. We didn't know the rope needed to be 4 foot shorter. Actually, it would have to be like way shorter. I don't mind heights. Craziest, I think the most exhilarating thing that I can say in my lifetime so far that I have done is whitewater rafting on the Ocoee River in Ocoee, Tennessee. It is a class 4 and 5 or 3 and 4 class river. The rapids are really cool. There is some places where you got 5s. It's hilariously fun, and I swear the first time I went, it was in my blood from that point on. It is not the fall that hurts. It's the sudden stop at the bottom. Yeah. And then it's the fact that your body's not going to brace for impact like that. I would do the zip line thing. Yes. See, what we need to do on the channel is this. See, like Carol wants to go zip lining. So if we go zip lining, Carol is going to be required to be there because it was her idea. So if you come up with an idea and we hit the road, be prepared to be a participant. I think that's only fair. Well, it says, but at least you know you're going to stop eventually. You have to hit the ground. Yeah, and then that's all you're going to know. And Carrie says, I already zip line. It's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. That sounds good. Of course, you still have the whole thing of it breaking. I think I'm going to break anything I slide on, sit on, ride on, any of that. Like, I took the boys about 3 or 4 years ago, right before I left Fort Worth to go back to Georgia, which was about 3 years, 3.5, something like that. Anyway, I took them to Six Flags, and they got on the Superman, and I was on it with them. They had me strapped in and everything. That guy came by to check my stuff, and I had already pushed up on it. I could feel that it had a little leeway in it, and something about it just did not sit well with me, and I did not want to be on the evening news. And it just didn't sit well with me, so I got the hell out of that thing. I told him, so get me out right now. Wildman Girl says, I'm saying it now. You do anything with me, I'm not liable for any injuries. Come on now. I would never be that way, but I'm just saying, I think everybody that comes up with an idea and the destination, I think that we need to coordinate it where they are a participant. So we'll have to do it somewhere like between us and you, so we can meet in the middle and do it together and go live. Because y'all can't ask me to do nothing that y'all aren't willing to do yourself. How about that? Carrie, you do not have enough room to put all these patriots in your house. And vacationing in Florida is expensive. Me and Duece couldn't do it. Not right now. We already have a meet and greet that's coming up very quickly this month. So, no, what I would like to do is these two things that involve the water. I would like to swim with the dolphins, and I would like to go scuba diving. Aruba. Walmy says, growing up, we didn't have money for fair rides, so we used to be testers before the fairs rodeos started. Oh, wow. So you guys got to ride and ride extra rides. That's awesome. Never been a rodeo girl, but I did ride the bull one time. Me and 3 of my cousins got on the back of my aunt's bull in the pasture after she told us day in and day out to not get near the bull. Oh, not only did we get near it, we got on its back. She was about to have a heart attack. We thought it was funny as hell. Yes, we also got to find out if there was broken parts or a screw missing. Oh, well, that's not real cool. That's like collateral damage type shit. What the hell? They use y'all as guinea pigs. like the government's doing, like Big Brother's doing us right now, or trying to. Look at this pin, y'all. I have no idea where that came from. It's unusual, don't you think? The bulls don't bother me. It's the cows that are mean. I've never had much problems with cows, mom and girl, but it was free. No bulls being thrown off. Too many horses. I know, right? Right. We were kids. We didn't care. Like, the craziest thing that I can recall happening to me as far as, like, that scared me. There was several, but one in particular was when I was probably 7. I was at my uncle's farm, and we lived then about maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours above the borderline. So we were in deep South Georgia. And Aruba, have you ever heard of Telfair County and Lumber City, Georgia, and Hazelhurst, Georgia, and all them small little towns down that way? Blackshear, Jessup, all those. That's where we lived, and my uncle was outside of Lumber City, and he had a full farm functioning. He had pigs, cows, horses, a few horses. He had chickens, hogs, and I don't know what else. But the whole 9 yards, he had it. Carrie Musing says, stay away from Jessup. There's a lot of them small towns down south that are like that. So, shit. My uncle, there was a he sent me down to the chicken coop or something. He sent me to go feed some kind of animal. So I went down to feed them, and when I did, I had to cross over an electric fence, and the electric fence was supposed to be off, but it wasn't, and it was one of the strongest ones, and I got stuck on it. I was 7 years old and couldn't get off. My dad had to actually pick up a board and push me off of that fence, and I will never forget it. It doesn't hurt. I won't say that it hurts. That type of fence doesn't hurt, but the current's strong enough that you can't just let loose, and it holds you to it. And so I couldn't let go, and my dad didn't want to take a board and literally shove me off of it, but that's what he had to do, because it didn't matter what I tried to do, I couldn't let it go. So that was an interesting experience. Did it kill me? No. Did it hurt me? I got burned. Did it scare the hell out of me? You damn right it did. You damn right it did. And Carrie, if you know all those towns, you might know Scotland, Georgia, and that's where my people are from. That's where I grew up most of my life, was in that little bitty crooked town. So, and it was so funny because I think I mentioned this in the live yesterday, or either I mentioned it talking to someone else, but it's like there was such an overwhelming sense of dread and evil and just grief when I entered the city limits of that city. You know, and ooh, and it felt so, I felt free when I left. So you've heard of Scotland? Yep, Scotland is where my stepdad lives to this day still. He'll die in Scotland. So, and the liquor store that used to be in Scotland was my stepdad's dad's business. They opened it back when there was still so much prohibition to alcohol. Nobody could get it. And so they opened up a liquor store, and that's really where they made their money. But once they started opening up liquor stores all around them, then that's when they lost it all. They wasn't making enough money anymore to keep it open. So they got rid of it. Updating. Let's see how many viewers we've got. We've got 4. We've lost a bunch. That's crazy. I don't know if I'm going to be cool enough to do these live streams and get the people in we need to do what I want to do. So, and fruitcake nearby, for real. But you know, I never minded fruitcake. I like the ingredients in it. I like the fruits in it, the nuts, the flavor, the seasonings. And I'll tell you something, they're not easy to make. Like my mom used to make a friendship cake. I mentioned this once before. Me and Carol, I think, talked about it in a live. But she used to make friendship cake, and it took 30 days. 30 days for this stuff to get ready to actually throw it in the oven and make it. But when it was finished, it was good. And that's the way I am about fruitcake. If it's made right, it's very good. So, but since we've lost so many of the viewers, I tell you what, we'll go ahead. Let me see how long I've been live. I've been live right at 45 minutes. Unless somebody's got something pressing and something specific they want to talk about. Yvette says, still a bit. You know, I'm glad Yvette's still here. But, I don't, I told Duece when we created the channel that I did not want the channel to be a let's sit at the house and talk to a phone type channel. I want to get out and do things, but right now we have to cool our heels. Right now we have to. Love your channel. I made fruit cocktail cookies for Santa and other drivers. Now, when we meet, you have to bring me some of those. Those sound good. Carol, have you ever heard of something called punch bowl, what they call a punch bowl cake? And have you ever made one? I've made one, and I have ate my fair share and my weight in one as well. Fruit cocktail cookies. Last night in the live, I want to say it was Glory B's live. They were talking about your troll house cookies. I believe Duece brought it up. So, Duece, he just wants to. I think Duece wants Glory B's channel to be like Santa's used to, because we used to cut the pool in Santa's channel all the time. And, I enjoyed being on the road with him in the convoy because there was always something going on. And now it's like, it seems like when you're trying to get all the Patriots together, they're so scattered out and busy and all these things. Okay, I'll figure, I'm going to have to look it up, but yeah, it's good. And it was fun. And I think that's why so hard and much of me wants that type of thing for the live stream. I want to, but I don't want to go to just one place like the vigil. Now, I respect the hell out of Stormtrooper and Glory B for being able to do it, and both of them have committed, or they're committed to being there. And with today's events is going to be, I'm hoping maybe it's going to get a little more spotlight on what's going on up there and what these ladies and what Stormtrooper and her are doing. And Ashley Babbitt's mom and the whole 9 yards. I'm hoping after today we'll see a change in that. But I feel like I could say this because even Carol and I discussed this one day. The people that are using the system and the matrix and everything to control the general population, they don't want them to know that there's a life outside of that, and they're willing to protect that and the power and the control that it gives them at all cost. And it just seems like in the United States specifically, whereas the truckers got all united and they just parked their shit in front of Parliament and said, we ain't moving. We're not going to move. You can take our trucks. You can do whatever you want to do. And in the end, they stood firm on what they said. They said, no, it doesn't matter if you take everything. We're going to stand right here. We'll have to decline that. So, when it's all said and done, I'm like Two Finger Topper. Two Finger Topper said in one of his lives that we need to go to the source of the problem. We don't need to worry about the elections in this country until we straighten out the powers that are manipulating the elections. That's what I think. Now, I could be wrong, but you got to get rid of the power that's holding the strings. Go to the source. Anything else we do aside from that's going to be fruitless, I think. Got to take out the brain of the problem. So and I want to be a part of doing that. And I do. And when we go to the retreat, that's something that Two Finger and I are going to sit down and talk about, me and everybody else too. What do you want to do? What would you like to do? How involved would you like to be? What can we do as a group? Because we're all kind of like scattered, but close enough together that we could get together on big stuff and get it done. So except Aruba, she would have. But you know what? I don't have a damn problem making sure she's at whatever event she wants to make it to. Anybody that wants to be a part of it, because she's willing to spend the 3 days here in a place that she's not familiar with and be around Patriots now. She's coming up here to be around 15 of us. So, yeah. Yeah, I believe that too, Carrie. I believe that. And we do need to connect. And everything, and the thing that really sucks about it is everything that we try to do to bring awareness, they're messing it up. So, it's like, but you can't, regardless of that, still, we all understand that we cannot give up. And so, we'll know a little bit more. I'm trying to get there, but I doubt it. What, to the meet and greet here in that's in between Oklahoma and Texas? Because as far as lodging itself, we are full. Now, you can reach out to anyone that wants to join us. Reach out to the actual place itself and see about getting you can get a campground if you can camp, or however you want to lay it out. And shoot, yeah, we'll all get together because we want to do a barbecue that night anyway. So I think that would be a lot of fun. And the flights aren't too bad because I flew out of Atlanta to Dallas Fort Worth so many times it don't make no daggum sense. And I've stated in here, Carrie, many times, I'm pretty good at finding and shopping around for flights. So if you're serious about going and you're not wanting to drive, let me know and I might can help out a little bit. And if we can find the flight cheap enough, it might change your mind. So, but yeah, because there is a day coming. There is a day coming where we're going to be all each other have. This little connection, this little family right here that we have built over the last year and months is going to be all we have. There is going to come a point where that's all we have. And the more that we get together and do these things, good morning, Third. How are you? Okay, so you only have a few minutes. I figured that. So that's why I'm saying, if you want to work with me a little bit, if you have anything to work with, I can work with getting you an inexpensive flight out. But I understand because we have the same problem, but I knuckled down and just decided me and Duece were going to be a part of this. So, but when we all get together, we most definitely want to sit down with the Patriots, get everybody together and be like, hey, what do you guys want to do outside of the movement? Because I think that was Santa's whole point. And one of the biggest things that didn't go right was that he just couldn't get people up off their butt enough. And people didn't get uncomfortable enough to get off their ass and do something. And see, on my channel, I'm going to call it like I see it. I'm not going to hem-haul around like I do in Santa's chat. Because I had a lady point out to me one day, and I don't remember who it was. She's like, well, you don't want them to leave the chat. No, but you don't want to candy coat shit either. We're at the stage where we don't need to be doing that crap no more. That's what's wrong with with our country now. I mean, the reality, and until it becomes a reality for most of them, they're not going to move. And that's what's so sad about it. It's got to touch you for you to have a different opinion, or for even you to be able to even embrace an option other than what you believe. It has to, sometimes it's just got to be personal. And and it's an unnecessary battle that you got to go through, because if people had sense, right, Carrie says it has to hit them in the face, and it really does. I mean, you've got to either be like Ashley Babbitt's mom, who is totally and completely devastated by the death of her daughter. She has to be totally and completely devastated by the injustice of the people they have got in prisons in the federal because of J6. She's got to be devastated, but now I'm going to tell you, her being involved in that vigil every day, like she is, and her pushing herself, is helping her heal. And it's taking that grief that she would be boo-hooing and sitting around at the house, feeling sorry for herself, not wanting to get off the couch and acting all depressed. No, she turned it into action, and it's going to be the best way for her to heal and get over the grief part of losing her daughter. And Third of Its Kind says, I agree. It's going to take it hitting people personally before many will step up. Unfortunately, it might be too late, and you are absolutely correct. And the sad thing about it is that's why I said that in the beginning, like a year and a half ago, I was having visions of like what Camp Freedom is doing literally right now, is opening up a place where like-minded patriots can go when they have nowhere else to go. And it was so very important to me for this to happen. And the reason I say that is because, just on a day-to-day basis, all right, let's look at it. And I'm going to get in a little bit into some stuff, but nothing that's going to like give away too much information. But like with construction work, what Duece does, every little thing that happens can affect his ability to work. We can have bad weather. We had a week and a half of ice. We had thunderstorms this morning. Just anything and everything, because if you can't be outside, or they wanted him to drive an hour and some odd minutes in a major thunderstorm. And his car's not the best of shape. I mean, it's got wear and tear. I got to return all these calls eventually. I have voicemail. They can leave a voicemail. Dadgummit. But so yeah. And see, we just, another thing too is the way the work system and all, and the cost of living and all this bullshit just steady climbing. Now it takes mom and dad both to work, and sometimes it takes mom, dad, and then dad working a second job, or mom working a second job just to break even. And I think the whole system is designed for us never to do anything but barely break even anyway. So, Carrie, if you want to get together and get on the phone and maybe take a look at a cheap alternative flight that we could get you here, the page has got, okay, Glory B just went live, so I don't know if they're starting the block party or not, but I'm going to go ahead and get ready to close this out. But, Carrie, the freedommisfits.com, the Double Duece site, the email that's listed on the page itself, if you'll email me there, we'll get together. Just send me a phone number where I can call you. And if you want to just take a look at it and see what we can do, I'll see if I can help. I'm pretty good at it, so it's up to you. Just shoot me an email. And everybody else, I'm going to go ahead and end this live because Glory B just went live. And I will never, ever, because I've got her mods in here. So you guys have a nice day. Oh, she just posted a video. I thought she went live. What time is all this stuff supposed to start today, Third? I mean, what time does the block party start? You would know. She said it, and I keep forgetting. But because we're going to have everything done by that time, whatever time it is. So, but yeah, we will. Okay. Yeah, well, see, yeah, me too, because like I said, a Duece, I don't know if he's still awake, but he was earlier. And he's not going to miss what's going on tonight. And neither will I. I'll be in chat, but I'll probably be in Trooper because it depends on how many mods is in there. It's hard to keep up with the schedules. Yeah, and then when you're on and I'm going to tell you something else, y'all. I've never seen this happen. But when I took my flight finally home, I took an American Airlines flight, and they had me landing in DFW at 11:30. I landed in DFW at 10:30, so they must have had my time mixed up because you change time zones. Oh, you will be there. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I have a feeling that the rapper guy is going to really draw some attention, which is awesome that you guys got him involved. It's awesome. So we will we'll go ahead and plan, since there's only 4 of us. Let's go ahead and close this out. And I appreciate you guys. I want everybody to think about what I'm saying in the chats, though, because honestly, I really want a direction. I want some ideas. Yeah, I'm too far away. I can't go. We're all the way in Texas. But Duece would love it. So everybody close out your conversations. I love each and every one of you. We will get Glory B said yesterday on her live that the Chinese Americans are busting up into the CPAC meeting today, so this is going to be interesting. But everybody just, if you got some thoughts on the channel, please just drop me an email. And because I really want a direction. Carol, especially with you being, I think you were the first person that got a wrench in here. But you and Third, y'all the two main mods. So I just want y'all to know that what y'all desire and what you think also means a lot. So if y'all have feedback, most definitely. If you see me doing something stupid on camera, or you see something that don't look good, or I do something wrong, y'all need to get with me on that too. Of course, it ain't like I can get past Duece with stupid stuff, but I'm just saying. He usually isn't in here when I'm live, so. But everybody take care. It is now the month of March. So March 31st is by day ticking close. You guys have a blessed day. I love each and every one of you. And y'all keep in touch. We'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed.